Welcome to another episode of Coffee Conversations with myself, Vivian, a podcast where we sit down and have coffee with your favorite musicians. This is where we unpack the story behind the music, where conversations really becomes connection. And I'm really excited about the guest that we have for you on this episode. She is a powerhouse. She's a singer. She's a songwriter. She's an arranger. She's a musical director. She is one of those musicians that you have to experience in your life. And for many, she is known as the bass queen. Please help me welcome Aus Tebza. Aus Tebza! Oh my God, welcome to Coffee Conversations.
Thank you so much for having me.
So excited. Thank you for honoring this invite. And thank you for, coming to have a coffee and a conversation with me. I was just saying before we started that when I saw you at KB's show, you were the musical director for the show, and what an exceptional job you did.
Thank you so much.
But before that, as I was, doing my planning for this conversation, I came across an article or an interview, a written interview that introduces you. And in the intro, the writer says, this is one of those musicians who are outstanding. And it's not because they are the loudest in the room or in the musical spaces, but it is because they are outstanding at what they do. And I think that captures you so beautifully as a person. So I think let's go back right to the beginning. It seems to me that music is innate, right? From a very early age, as an infant, you were already responding to music. Can you paint a picture for us, of Aus Tebza in her formative years discovering this music, what that looked like for you?
Wow, thank you so much, first of all, Viv, for inviting me. I'm excited.
Yeah.
My journey is quite interesting because when I started, I believe also my parents were not even sure what was happening because I was doing something that nobody could recognize, but they could see and feel the joy that it brought me.
Wow.
So the stories, because now there are stories and they tell me, my parents, that Tebogo, your smile and how you would respond to a song playing on the radio and on TV, it was just heightened. It was just, you were hyper, like it would give you this energy that we were like, okay, what is happening?
Yeah.
But I guess also because, Black families back then, they are just trying to work and bring food home. They are not really paying attention, to this art, in this little girl. But they continue to say, because now my parents were working at Sun City, they were like, your aunt would come with you and everybody would be drawn to you. It's like people would just want to walk around with you, give you money. There'd be acts that would be staging at the Super Bowl there at Sun City. And they were talking the likes of your Freddie Mercury. I mean, my dad, when he tells me this one, I was like, there's no way. It's like, Tebogo, you would get on those stages while they're rehearsing. And I was like, oh, so I have been on stages.
Goodness, you were
from
made
an
for
early
it.
years, And then I recognized it when I was in primary. I would be that girl with the music book. I'd be that girl that everybody comes to for lyrics, for the in songs. And back then, I mean, R&B and hip hop was everything. And coming from the Northwest province, which was the Buputatswana back then, we had your Mabatu and Pop TV and R&B and hip hop, especially American R&B and hip hop was everything. So I was that girl who was always surrounded by music. But only when I was in my space, not at home. I don't come
Yes.
from a musical family, both maternal and paternal.
Wow.
They're looking at me like, "Ngwanyana Gwen." you know, but they supported it. I think the fact that they did not stop me or speak something negative about this love, and passion that I had for music, it is what set me up for the Aus Tebza that we know now.
Oh
I
my
remember at
word.
15, I went to Mabana Cultural Center. I went to the music department because I felt like I was ready to get a band to back me up because I was already writing
Wow.
at 15. And the music manager was like, "Wow, your confidence at 15." And wow. But that was the beginning because I left Mabana being a lead singer of a band at 15. And
Wow.
obviously they had to go to my family, to ask, can we perform with her? Because I was at 15, I was doing grade 12.
Mm.
And then they had to ask, that can I?
Permission, of course.
Yes. And my mom was like, as long as, she passes her matric. So
I think the
yeah.
most fascinating thing for me is the fact that you weren't your immediate surroundings were not musical, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't come from a musical family, but I got exposed to the storyteller that you are. I got to know you as a songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people have always known you as Aus Tebza, the bass queen. We
Yeah.
know you from, playing the bass.
Yes.
But when I got to know you as a storyteller and a songwriter, I thought to myself, oh my God, I can immediately pick up the traditional and African
Yes.
influences that are
Yeah.
coming through. Like it's very rooted
Yes.
in Africanism.
Mm-hmm.
But I want us to go back to you as a songwriter and discovering that, you know what, I can actually do this.
We are a result of our surroundings and what we listen to. When I first started writing music, I used to be in a hip hop.
Aus Tebza.
Please do not ask me.
Oh my goodness.
They used to call me Rainbow.
Mm.
Yeah. So because of where I come from, hip hop and R&B, like I said, was big. Hence the Motswako movement also, if you think about it. So I used to be part of a hip hop group, but never really went anywhere. It was, those local ones where you go to local shows, events, schools, concerts.
Show up
Yes.
there.
I'd be that girl and I would write hooks and I would also try to write my own verse, but I did not pay attention to that for a long time until I could not go to school. My parents could not afford to pay for my fees. I remember I enrolled at Boston. I was meant to study journalism. After 6 months, I had to go back home. And then I was like, Deboho, what are you going to do with your life? And just like that, a light bulb moment, I was like, girl, you are passionate about music. How about you focus on that? Because it also makes you feel good.
Yes.
So then I decided there's no money. You love music, you're passionate, give it a try. And then I decided I don't want to only sing because I'm already writing. I would love to know more about music. Maybe let me learn an instrument. And I picked up the acoustic guitar before the bass.
No.
I promise you. Then 3 weeks into the program, I'm like, I think I want to start a band. I only knew how to play a major scale, a C major scale, and a G major scale. And I was like, I'm ready to start a band.
No ways, Aus
Yes,
Tebza.
I did that. So there was nobody playing the bass. And I was not even familiar with different instruments. I was just learning. And I'm like, oh, but it looks like the guitar. So then I was like, okay, string here. They're like, but the guitar has the B, the bass. I'm like, but can I play the C major scale on this one? They're like, yeah. I was like, okay, let's go. That's how I'm playing
It's
bass.
so hard to believe
I know.
that that's how you picked up the bass.
How I'm playing the
And
bass.
I'm pretty sure everywhere you go, they're like, no,
Yeah.
can't be.
Then from there, I now got introduced to bass players. I started asking, and personally, I loved the R&B. But the more I learned about music and instruments, I was drawn into the African sounds because I understood the importance of telling your story. And I'm an African, I'm a woman. I am playing an instrument that is not seen, all the time, uh, being played by women. And I
Yeah.
needed to stay true to, yeah. And I needed to stay true to who I am, tell my story as a Black female African playing
Yeah.
an instrument and also who sings. And then my sound slowly started changing and I'm embracing it. Here and there you'll hear a song or two that is in another language, but I predominantly do it in Setswana.
Setswana, I love
This
that.
is important because if we don't tell our stories with our languages as well, they will be forgotten. We need to document who we are and with our languages as well, because the way the world is moving, some things are going to fall off. And if it's going to be our languages, then who are we?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Speaking of your songs, so
Mm.
in 2016 you released your debut album, Make a
Yes.
Difference.
Yeah.
And I think listening to your music now, I can definitely pick up the growth and the progression from the first album to your latest single, but also I got to hear your music first. So we'll get into that
Yeah.
as well, into some of the songs that really, stood out for me. But let's talk a little bit about Make a Difference. You say in Make a Difference that you don't want to be just a girl with a pretty face. You want to be that woman who makes an impact, who tells a story. And I think from a sound perspective, you start off with, Arying is a very groovy, jazzy, but I'm also picking up very neo soul influences. It's a sonic experience. But it also feels like you were experimenting with your sound. And then when you go into your second album, Moteo, which we'll get into, this is where you are now a little bit more comfortable, as a storyteller, also as an instrumentalist. So let's focus first on Make a Difference, and then we'll talk Mattel. But what was the inspiration behind Make a Difference, and from an influence perspective, where were you picking up those influences, and how it came about, really?
Okay, you are absolutely correct. Sonically it is everywhere. It is taking us on a journey. And I was introducing myself as a bass player, a singer, songwriter who has worked with different musicians. So the inspiration comes from that background of a lot of people knew me as, they said I was a hip hop bass player.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
Yeah. And then I got to work with, traditional musicians who do traditional sounds. I got to work with a little bit of gospel musicians, not too much into that because I think you just need grace for me to be in that scene. So I was just trying to say, I'm this girl who really wants to showcase who they are, that they are everywhere they are. What makes them is a little bit of every experience from every walk of life that she has been part of. So hence you even get a song like Ntwarele. Ntwarele is so neo soul and then it changes into this reggae groove and you're like, what is happening here? You get this Lift His Name High, the gospel song.
That
Oh,
was
I
going to my
love that
next
song.
one.
Yes. So I was just showcasing myself to say hi. There's somebody like this. Hi, do you see me? Hi, hello, hello. It was a Dumelang moment. The album was a Dumelang moment for me. And people were like, who are you? Wow, where do you come from? And how do we access you? Because a lot of people thought I was inaccessible. I don't know how. I cannot even tell you how they thought that, but that's what they thought. And I think that sort of like put me in a position where people would be like, okay, because you are such you are you are versatile. You are not based on one sound. You like
Yes.
experimenting. Okay, let's see how far you can take this. So it was like a test also, not only for myself but also for the audience to see, is this possible? Can you stop a bit? I just want my
Oh, yes, I
eye.
see your eyes tearing
Yeah,
up. Can we
my
pause?
yeah.
Let
Oh,
me get
sorry,
you.
guys. Yeah.
Linda, I've got.
Eish, wena matho aka. Yo.
That's why I'm wearing glasses.
Mm, Ka mohare ke-
You
di-glass
literally.
ke ka mohare. Sorry. Yo. Bile ka osane ke na le appointment, yeah, doctor. Okay, actually, I do have a special kind of tissue that I use. Yeah, wanna kill it, dash.
Yeah, no, I'm literally. Oh my god, I can't believe we are the same people. Like, but mine is my left eye.
Let's both.
Oh no.
Yeah, my eyesight is terrible.
And every single day, literally, when it's windy, it's worse.
That's why I'm always in glasses.
And now I actually wanted to take mine off, but the same thing was going to happen. So I was like,
So,
keep them.
yeah, can I leave and character coders?
Oh, it's a thing. Hey, maybe I
Yeah.
should also give mine a check.
You
I
should,
just thought,
you should. I'm seeing a specialist. He's one of the best that we have in the country because it's that severe. Mine is that severe. If I take out my contact lenses, I'm blind. I can't do anything. I can't see.
no, I can't even wear contacts. Hey, at least don't I? Yeah.
Yeah, for me, so I can't wear glasses. It has to be contact.
Guys, how these problems?
Guys, if you don't have eye problems, you must
Yo,
rejoice.
no, no,
I
hey,
promise you,
honestly,
because this, it will test you.
honestly.
Am I good?
Let's see. Yes,
I hope
yes, you're good.
Eish,
I think no, I say.
thank you, sir. It's fine.
Is it
Anyways.
too much light? Maybe.
No. This like I
No.
would tell you, my eyes cannot take like I will tell you. I'll be like, let's do
Okay.
something. Yeah, no. This is
Okay.
perfect. Huskies.
All right. So
Yeah.
we're on Make a Difference.
Yes, we were on the songs. I know where we were.
Just see how action and then you can resume.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Yeah. I think I still have my train of thought.
train of
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still there.
Ready? Make a difference.
Yeah. So that was my introduction. Like, okay, choose what you like about this girl who's a bass player, because also I was coming into the scene where there are no blueprints for somebody like me. I'm still in the process of creating that blueprint that I hope that someday, the girls that will be coming after me, the women also, that will pick up their bass in their older age, they can say, oh, there was a lady called Aus Tebza. Now we know what to do, because right now I am discovering things. I am putting processes and systems in place without knowing what's going on. So a lot of grace, is required with what I do. And I believe people can see the progress now, but hey,
Yes.
yeah, it's been
And
a
you love
journey.
it. And,
Yes.
And you really, really do it with so much grace. And
Thank you so much. I
honestly,
appreciate it.
when I speak for myself, when I say I can't thank you enough for being that Black woman,
Sure.
for being the Black woman who says it is possible. You can stand on these stages. You can be who you want to be. You can take this path. And that brings me to your sophomore album, Moteo, which was released in 2021. And I think when I listened to Moteo, for me, now you've grown.
Yeah. Yes.
You've grown.
Yeah.
Definitely from a musical perspective, I can tell that, all right, she is now more
She's settling.
confident and comfortable, even as, and we don't talk about it enough. Not everybody can be a singer, songwriter, and a bassist at the same time.
Yes.
But you do it so effortlessly. But I was wondering, because Moteo is in Setswana,
Yes.
right? I think there's one Zulu
Yeah.
song, but it's predominantly in Setswana. And there, that is where the Tswana folklore the
Mm-hmm.
storytelling is quite prevalent.
Yeah.
It's coming through
Strongly,
strongly,
yeah.
but also the jazziness,
Mm-hmm.
of
Yeah.
how you approach your
Yeah.
music is also quite prevalent. But can you tell us about that process a little
Yeah.
bit more, of, even the titling of the album, Motheo is foundation,
Yeah.
in Setswana,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
just from the titling to how these songs came about in your performance. I think I'll save this one for later, but let's talk about
Okay.
Motheo. Yeah.
All right. So 2017,
Mm.
my nephew was born.
Mm.
Oh, I think he's the love of my life.
Oh, love it.
And his name is Motheo.
Mm.
So that
Oh.
sort of like was just,
Mm.
a given title. We were welcoming this being
Your
into our
life.
family, this life, this excitement.
Hmm.
And I decided to dedicate that album to him and my mother,
Oh,
who happened
love.
to pass on
Yes.
beginning of 2021.
Mm.
Just a day, my mother passed on a day after I received my master's. Yeah, I remember we were
Wow.
celebrating. It was during.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Ah,
It is life.
man.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We celebrated and we're like, oh, COVID, we can't even go and celebrate. So we're at home and we're just happy playing the album. And my mother spoke such great blessings. The last conversation I had with my mother was amazing. Amazing.
I love that.
So yeah, she gave me a huge blessing, regarding the album and also my journey as a musician, because she was always worried about me. It's one thing that I know, it did a little scratching at the back of her heart. Gore, "Eish, ngwana ke wa artist wa, akere ra itshokolla di-artist." You work, but you still call, "Hi, ha ke na tjhelete ya grocery." How?
Eish,
How,
artist ya
Osi?
rena.
Mara no performa no palame sefofane mo slingling. And you're like, guys, you don't understand. That's not how it works. So I know that I'm that child. I'm her firstborn, but I was that child who "Eish, ke worried ka ngwanake because hey, dikatara, madikatara." So now the album came at the time when I was also grieving, excited, but also I'm grieving.
Eish.
And the reason why I decided to make the tempo of Mangwane upbeat, I was trying to make myself feel good at that moment. That is why when I was performing, not going, to the new music, I decided that this is how I actually feel and felt. And that is why also after that performance, after that song, people were like, "Tebogo, you messed us up."
Yeah.
I was like, I know. That's why I purposefully not recorded that way, because yeah, it was still hurting.
Oh,
It was
man.
still hurting then. So the album was more about also healing. It was also about, welcoming. So welcoming of, of death, because we have to also welcome death. It's part of life. And the album also taught me the importance of staying true to who you are, because some of the songs in there were songs that were written 20 years prior, but the message they carry, I was like, I need to bring them
It's a
into
lifelong message.
2021, because we need to hear songs that speak about um, women being at the forefront of families.
Yeah.
We don't hear music like that anymore. We need to hear music that says, but you made a promise as a man, but you're not keeping it. Maybe, I'm doing it in a very nice way when you're listening to the music. But
Yes.
that element also, it says, because I'm musical, I'm a musician. So I'm going to render this message, with this gift of introducing it in a very musical way. when you're listening to a song and you're like, wow, but the music, it's like it's saying something else, but the lyrics are saying, I'm like, but that's the
That's
art.
it. Yes, that's
That's
the
the art.
art.
That's
Yes.
the art. So the album was more about that, bringing up issues that are about fixing the society. Because we have, I mean, Lipiri Miller speaks about the dilapidating structures of families where men leave, to say, hey, we're going to look for work, we want to bring the gold and the bacon home, but they never come back. Now women have to be the mothers, the fathers, the sisters, the brothers, the uncles, the friends, the providers, everything. Like, we're carrying everything. And nobody wants to talk about that. But people are quick to talk about how women, they want this from men. Have you ever thought why women want things from men? Because men are not holding their positions. So I like music that carry message and message that is of now, that is current, that is happening now.
Yes.
So that album was more about that. That album was introducing Tebogo, who's a Motswana girl who appreciates where they come from, her experiences, and also recognizing that we are all going through the same things as women all around, be it black, white, red, green. We carry the same heart.
Sure.
We
We
carry the
really
same
do.
heart.
We
So
really do.
that's the album Muteo. But and let me not.
And what a
Yeah,
beautiful album.
it is.
What
It
a
is.
beautiful album that takes you on this journey of storytelling, but also that, that jazzy feel.
Yes.
You feel good. You're
Yeah.
addressing real
Yeah.
issues in such a beautiful way.
Yes.
And thank you for
Modestly,
that.
very,
Yeah,
very
very
woman-like.
modestly.
Yeah, like it's
Very,
very
very
prim and proper.
modestly. Now my
Mm.
eyes, the one tearing up.
Ah, wow.
Just
Cannot
give me
believe I
2
met somebody
seconds.
who's like me. Please get tissues like this, ne? Get these tissues, ne? They're made out of bamboo.
Ah, where can I
Thing,
get
yeah,
them? Thank you.
Discam.
The
I'll
skim.
give you one. I'll
Okay,
give you one
thank you.
because
Yes, so
yeah,
I can. I'll
because they
take
don't
it.
leave residue or anything. They're good. Yes.
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 Because, these
Yeah.
sensitive eyes, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Wow, I'm loving this conversation. Oh, it's
Yeah.
blessing me. Okay, should I continue? All right. So when you were performing Mangwan, you just spoke about it,
Yeah.
and I felt that the depth
Yeah.
that you carried with that song. You spoke about, how at the time you felt like you were just the girl that needed nurturing from your mother.
Yeah.
And you released the single itself in 2024. This is post your mom's passing. But can you tell us a little bit more about, the song in itself? You were going through this moment of grief. The crazy thing about grief is that it never ever leaves you. You just have to learn how to navigate and live with it. And I can't imagine it having been your mom. Like, now you're penning this song, but you have this feeling that you need. It's almost like an urgent feeling that you needed to get out there.
Yeah.
But it was also part of your healing
Yeah.
process. So can we
Yes.
talk? Just let's touch a little bit more on that song.
So, like I mentioned, it's very important that we write from a place of truth because that's how we get to heal ourselves and heal other people. And I needed to share how I was feeling at that moment because I was in tatters. I was all over the place. It's just that, God made us in a way that you can't tell when somebody is broken
Man.
unless the person tells you. So for me,
Eish.
I wanted to tell it through a song, but also I didn't want to tell it through a song by saying a lot of words. I believe in songs that do not carry a lot of words because the less you write, I think the more impactful the words become. That's me. That's how I that's how I receive it. And but this melody, it could not leave me. When you're feeling there's a melody that you're always humming. And I was like, oh, that hit me. That hit me. That now you need to figure out things. And it's not only figuring them out for yourself, but for the ones that are now looking at you, because you are the elders. You know how we are Africans. Now you're the mother.
Everything is now.
Yes, everything shifts now. Everything is on you. And I felt like, who's carrying? Who's going to catch me? Who's going to be my anchor now? You need that. You need that. And the only place and the only way that I knew could give me comfort was my craft, was my music. And when that melody kept playing in my head, Mangwane, like I was explaining, the context, because those that were supposed to be there were not there. And now I was left to figure things out. And you have this burden that you are carrying that you need help with. So now, where do you get this help? And then that's how the song came about. Oh, kelema, kelelosi.
Man. And I think what is interesting about that song in itself is you are going through this process of grief, and you're putting it out there. But to someone else listening from a different perspective, like you're saying, you're so melodic.
Yeah.
The melody gives you, folklore Sana storytelling. But
I feel good.
But for you, yes, it's very feel good.
But when you listen to the wording, it changes that. Now you're like, I feel good, but also sad at the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah.
I remember when you did that song.
Yeah.
And and I love that you tell stories, as you take us through those the performance in itself, because then we have context. Context is important.
Context, especially with African languages, context is everything. It's everything, because one thing can mean 5 different things.
Exactly like Mangwane.
Like Mangwane, exactly.
Like you said, depending on the context, it could mean it's your aunt
or your mother. Yeah.
And man, what a story. What a beautiful, beautiful story. But speaking of melodies, and I've, we've seen you're so melodic in your, in your approach, in your writing, in your playing of the bass. I was wondering, as melodic as you are, you came on that stage to perform that evening, and you spoke about having received a song through a dream.
Yeah.
And I want you to just, delve deeper into, that process in itself, where you receive songs in a dream, and you said, I woke up and I was like, okay, and you remember it.
Yeah.
You remembered it when you woke up.
I did.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So the processes of writing are different, and I'm sure even with people that write books, that write films, plays, you are a vessel. You are a vessel, and vessels get used differently. Can either store, or you can be used to dispose. You can a lot of things. So for me, I do have moments where I intentionally write, because I'm like, okay, I need to work. Okay. How about I construct a song or a melody? But then there are those songs where they come because they are meant to be told. And those ones, they will keep you up. That song is called Liberty. I think it was around just after midnight. And I could feel myself that, listen, Tebogo, you are about to fall asleep. But this melody. And then I just took my phone and I was like, I started humming. I was like, Tebogo, don't forget this song. Don't forget this. And when I went, the following day I was going to a rehearsal. And then the first thing we did, I was like, guys, before we even go anywhere else, there's a song that we need to start. And after that rehearsal, everybody was like, there's something about this song. What is happening here? We all felt it. And I was like, okay, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. And I believe that song is meant to free us from the clutches of wanting to be in charge of so many things. Because when you listen to the song, it makes you loosen up. It, very soon
really
people,
does.
very soon people will know what I'm talking about. And that is why we write music. We write music because we want people to connect and also to disconnect. Because sometimes we get connected to wrong things. So music can help you to disconnect or connect or make you think, give you a better view of the world, of your situation, whatever it is, makes you feel good, makes you feel bad. But that particular song is going to free us because it freed me.
Wow.
We could not, we started with the song, we went into other songs. We were like, can we go back before the lunch? Then we were like, wow, yes. Beautiful, beautiful melody. So it's the new music that's coming in the new album.
Listen, you then started, and I picked it up immediately. You started off with a prayer. You said,
Yes.
it's Tebogo's prayer.
Yes.
And it almost felt like going into this place where nothing matters. It's just you and spirit. And there were no vocals at this point. You were not singing. You were just softly playing the bass, and the band followed suit. Can you tell us about that? Because that moment for me, it was such a brilliant opening of your show. Because I picked it up and I was like, oh, that's a prayer.
Yes.
And then when you introduced it, I was like, yes,
yes,
it's definitely a prayer.
Yes. Very important that we acknowledge also.
Oh, yes.
We must acknowledge the powers. We must acknowledge what we believe in, where our faith stems from. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. That's my choice of faith. And everybody is, entitled to their own.
Yes.
And I knew that being on that stage was such a privilege based on what I had experienced before. That was my first performance after 2 years of saying, no, I don't want to do this anymore. So I think it was 2.5 years. I've never done any solo shows. So everything that I had done prior, it was based on bookings. Somebody books, okay, you go make money. But I never poured myself as Aus Tebza for over 2 years because I was depleted. I felt like I cannot do this anymore. I did not want to do it anymore. Sometimes when I think about it, it's still, it gives me that. Being a creative is not easy. And I guess also when you do it, swiftly, it's almost as if like it's second nature. A lot of people don't understand when you say, but I struggle. Or I've been struggling.
Because you're so graceful.
Yes, because when you step into it, that falls away. So nobody can tell that this person is going through something. Because now I'm also embodying Tebogo, who's a healer. Because these platforms are bigger than who we are.
Oh, yes.
It's not about Tebogo who's talented, who knows how to play bass, who writes songs. No, there's a reason why I do it. That is what's more important. And when I'm in that space, now I'm this healer. I even forget that I even have my own little problems.
Yeah.
So when you even tell somebody that I was not in a good space, they're like, what do you mean? Because you healed me. So we do it for those reasons. And I had decided I wanted to stop to a point where I wanted to stop being a musician.
No.
Yes. I remember having this conversation with very my close, family and friends. And they're like, but that's your gift. I have this one friend, Sharon wants to laugh. It's like, she's like, but that's your gift. What do you mean? I'm like, I'm tired. My spirit is tired.
Sure.
But then that was a moment where there was a shift. And also getting to understand that we get tired because we take so much, that we are not even supposed to take on. We get tired because, you are such a perfectionist, Tebogo, and you're thinking if things don't happen the way you want them, it means they are not good enough. So I had to recognize that it's okay if it didn't happen the way you wanted to. It's okay. If it's being presented differently, receive it, and welcome it. It's okay. So I'm that kind of a person, and I felt like I had been doing this for so long. I had done, how social media reminds you that, 5 years ago, when it reminded me of 12 years ago with my first single, I think I looked at it and I'm like I'm tired.
Wow.
I was like, I'm tired. And there was a moment where now I needed now to shift. I'm either going to give into that or I'm going to see it as an opportunity now to level up. Because now you're being reminded that you've been doing this. So what are you saying? Do you want to do it the same way? Do you want to change the pace? What is it? What's happening here? But I felt like I wanted to leave it. But God being God, no, He will always, give you that nudge to say, no, 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 Yes, you feel like everything is weighing down on you, but actually it's the shift. This is this is where the change is happening now.
Yes.
So hang in there. And I remember beginning of this year, 2026, I had lunch with one of my two closest friends. As a 2026 first meeting, guys, what are we doing? And I said to the girls, I was like, this is a new year for me. It's a new beginning. I'm going to take whatever that comes with this year with grace and welcome and accept it. I'm like, if it means I'm starting from the bottom, then it means I'm starting from the bottom.
Let it be.
I was like, meaning if it means you are going to play a gig in places that you had sworn that no.
Yeah.
But these gigs keep coming. You are going to take them.
Wow.
And that time I recognized, the Holy Spirit in me, talking to me to say, I want you to start again. It was not easy, hey? Because Aus Tebza, I'm not gonna play. No. You're not gonna call me and say, but gracefully, I said yes to everything. And those became the doorways to, the things that I've done so far. It's not even 6 months into to this new year, but I've done so much that I feel like I could go on a holiday for the
It's incredible.
It is. I've done amazing things. My fire, my light is back with a bang. With a bang.
I love that. And we see it too. Don't think we
I feel it and I'm owning it. Because for the longest time, I'm very, I don't want to say apologetic, but I'm very mindful. I don't like blowing my own horn. I don't like saying, but I did that. But hey, I've done that. A lot of it.
Did it.
And now I'm owning it. If somebody says, did you do? I'm like, yes, I did. With pride. And grace also, because I believe in the how you tell your story also. So I'm owning up to my story. For the longest time, I wanted people to be the ones to tell my story because I felt like if you tell your story, it's like you are pompous. It's like you think you've arrived. But the truth is that you're doing what nobody else is doing. And it's okay to accept that. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to say, and I like what I've done, because it's also going to give confidence to that girl who might be thinking, but would I be received? Would I be welcomed? Would I be given a fair chance?
Yeah.
Yes, you will be. You will be. Own up to who you are.
That. Yeah. I love that, and I am particularly excited about your new projects. Like, I can't wait for the world to hear you. You need
the tissue.
Sorry,
this
guys.
tissue is legendary. You must frame it. This one.
Yeah, no, it's king, ne? But it's doing the work. It's doing the work.
Yeah.
Oh man, it feels like no time has moved.
Yeah.
So should I just continue, Tapelo?
Before we continue, how many more minutes are we gonna do for this interview?
Almost. I think
Is it
with the
not
new
supposed to
album.
be an hour? Oh,
Because right now, I don't know if you see the time, but
yeah.
okay.
How much longer? Hey, there's a lot to talk about, but you guide me.
Maybe we can do like an extra
Okay.
10 minutes.
And then we close off. I haven't even.
I can tlo bua album e tlo dropa e be go nna le dilo tse
Oh my
dintsi.
goodness.
And
Okay.
then we'll
All right.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So there's another song that you did. And I
From the
remember
is it
from the
from
new
the app?
album.
And that time I don't even know what the album is called. But there's a new
But it's
album.
coming.
It's
It's
coming.
coming, and we're excited for it. But
Mm.
there's a song that you did coming off the new album, and you said when you introduced the song, you said it was inspired by Neo Muyanga,
Oh yes.
Dikgomo tsa Bohadi. And I promise you, when I
I'm
heard
really
that song, as
excited.
you did it, as you performed that song, I texted my friend Yamkela, who was
Yes.
there with me. I said, "This actually reminds me of the Jonas Gwangwa Khomu. It's definitely
It
the new African wedding song. Let's touch a little bit
okay.
on that song in itself, and how that Neo
Yeah.
Muyanga inspiration came about.
I mean, Neo
Oh,
is amazing. I got to meet
oh,
and work with Neo through Msaki. Oh, shout out to Msaki.
love it.
And when I started working with him, and I was like, guys, I don't think we understand the powerhouse that man is.
Yo.
You know, um, so I do work with him, and also outside of just being in his band and doing collaborations, but also in theater, because he is a creative director. He's amazing. And this song blew my mind away when we did his music, and I was like, no, this is what I said to him. I'm like, no, I think this is my song. I think this is my hit. I said, this song is going into my album. He was like, okay, he was like, he's like, okay, cool. I was like, but I want to do it my way. I don't want to do it your way. Your way is so special because the way he curated it, it's a little different from what you heard. Because also he plays it on the guitar, so he started differently. And I was like, I promise you, like, wow, no. The song is amazing. It's not even called Komza Hadi. Mine is more bad.
Okay, but
So
it's
it is,
perfect.
yes, it's inspired by that, but it's the musicality, the choice of instruments that he used, and also how he sings in Sesotho as well.
Yeah, was an exceptional
Yes.
artist.
So for me, singing in Sesotho, Setswana, or Venek, it's amazing because now we are putting a stamp on who we are. We are introducing ourselves to the rest of the world. We are saying we are proud in our languages, in our skin, and whatever that some people may call mumbo jumbo. What is that language? That's treasure to me. That's my life. That's where I found my foundation.
Oh man.
And then I played that with him, and I'm like, no, I'm doing your song.
Oh,
He's like, Tips, that's fine. We'll talk about it. And I even called him after the show because we are doing a show together in June. Yeah. So I was like, no, you're going to love this. Like, I'm so excited. So, and also that's what it is about. Music is about inspiration. You listen to a song, and it sparks something in you, and it just spoke volumes. And for me, it spoke of family, of love, of togetherness, and it just, the flow just came from just playing that groove.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh man. Oh,
ooh. It's like, okay, what are we talking about? We're talking about love. We'll explain that song
yeah.
when the album is out.
Okay. So we'll have you back on this
Yeah.
podcast. It really feels like no time has
Yeah.
moved since we
Yeah.
started this conversation, but I'd love to have you back on this podcast once the album is out.
Yes.
Can you tell us what's next for Aus Tebza? What can we expect? I haven't even touched into you being the musical director.
Yeah.
But can you tell us, about what's next for Aus Tebza? What can we expect? Yeah, from
So
the album,
yeah,
actually.
so um, so many layers. I mean, I think it's obvious. I I write, I direct,
Hmm.
I facilitate, I
You judge.
I judge. My goodness, I judge. But fairly so.
Mm.
I inspire. You know, I'm also in a couple of boards within the music fraternity. So people must expect to see Tebogo who is going to grow
Hmm.
in leaps and bounds. Tebogo who's going to show more faces and layers of who she is, the inspiration behind her. I'm all for people. I'm all for greatness. I'm all for inspiration.
Hmm.
And I get to see that also when I'm the music director, the lengths I go to make sure that, I mean, like you said, with
Hmm.
KB's music, I went in and stripped the music and created new music from her music. Because I was like, KB, thank you for the opportunity, but I want to take you to another level with your sound. And I did, I'm patting myself on the back
Oh,
with that
you
one. I
did
did. I
that.
did. And it just shows that when you authentically and truthfully give yourself to whatever it is that you're passionate about, you get immersed in it, you get lost in it, and there's so much that can be drawn from that.
Hmm.
And I enjoy doing that because for me it gives me an opportunity to also go into who you are as an artist and the era that you wrote that music in as well. I'm like, oh my gosh, if I was there, I would have done it this way. Or if I was given a chance to do, I would have added this. And that has always been what I do when I'm part of productions. I mean, that was not the first one. I did the first, then the second Basari Music. I was the music director for the first and the second edition. And the third, I think, yeah.
With an
So
all-female band, by
with
the
an
way.
all-female band,
Oh.
I have curated work for Narox with an 18-piece female band. I do these curations. Most of them would be for private clients, but I do that. But I can see that they are coming out, for people to see them. That this is what I do. So I curate. I love pulling more women. You know, Fourth, people need to see and recognize what we do, and also to say, just give us a chance. We're not saying we're not taking anybody's work or opportunity or anything like that. We just want to be given a fair chance to present and showcase who we are.
Did I not tell you that this woman is a powerhouse? Oh, Aus Tebza, you have been so amazing. Thank you for gifting us this conversation. I think
Thank you.
this conversation will outlive us, definitely. Before we close, there's a question that I always ask guests of Coffee Conversations. And really, it's what sits at the core of who Tebogo is? What sits there?
Faith.
Hmm.
My faith.
Wow.
My faith is at the core of who I am. It is what was given to me by my mother.
Hmm.
Oh, wow. I remember she would say, girls, because we are three girls. I'm the eldest. And every night we would pray as a family. And she would say, this is where you run to when things get tough. You know, you get into your own little corner and you pray to your God, the one that I am teaching you because I know what He has done for me. So my faith is everything. I'm a born again Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Christ. I believe that God is the higher power. So that is where I draw from. I draw from knowing that I am created so that I can be part of this creation.
Wow.
So that is what gives me strength also to carry on. Because we doubt ourselves. Like I said, I don't want to do this. But because I have friends that I have sisters that I have, where they'll go, they don't say, hey, Ane, and it's been hard, ne? Hey, Ane, Khalosa gigi, ne? They don't say that. They're like, we understand. It's hard. but you know what this means to you. You know what this gift does. Not only for you, but for everybody that have come across it. So maybe just take a little breather, and come back. So I have that surrounding me. It's not only about me having this faith, but it's what is surrounding me is faith upon faith, grace upon grace.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you for blessing us, for healing us. I don't think anyone can experience you on the bandstand, on stage, and leave feeling the same way. And you're so cool, man, doing it. Like, there's this thing that that you do, and I'm just like, she's so cool.
A lot of people would say, "Are you sure you're the one playing? Are you sure it's not?" Because you look like you're not doing it, but you are doing it. I'm like, I am doing it.
Thank you, and I cannot wait for the album to drop.
We are calling it the album for now.
The album for now, but you will return
Yes.
On this podcast, because
definitely
I will be listening to that album, and I'm going to need us to unpack it. But thank you for making time. Thank you for giving us such a lovely conversation, and I wish you all the very best for the rest of the year, the rest of your gigs. May you continue to to shine on that stage, because that's what you do. May you continue to heal us. And thank you for watching and listening to Coffee Conversations with myself, Vivian Chwene. We are on Spotify, we are on YouTube, we are on all the podcast platforms that matter. Please do catch us on there and engage us in conversation. Until the next time, thank you.
Mangwane mpele khale ngwana yo ke ya lema ke le nosi. Mangwane mpele khale ngwana yo ke ya lema ke le nosi.